everyone, and welcome back to our channel, or welcome to our channel if you're new here. In today's video, we'll be showing you how to make this beautiful pair of Christmas vases as well as a DIY Christmas wreath. Now I know in the past we've done a DIY Christmas wreath, but because this year our theme is a little different, it is magenta, blue, silver, and white, we decided to make a blue, silver, and white wreath for you, as you can see here. So it's going to be a little bit different in terms of all of our DIYs this year. All of them are going to be surrounding this theme. So without further ado, let's get into the video, but be sure before we get started to hit that subscribe button and also to hit that like button, because we are going to have a lot of content for you this holiday season. So let's get on into this video. Alright, so we're gonna get started with our really quick and easy DIY Christmas vase pair. So we have here some silver, blue, and magenta ornaments. Now, depending on what theme you're doing, as well as like what shapes you have, it is gonna look a little different. But for us, we decided to stick with a lot of spherical ornaments as well as two different sort of shaped ones, just to bring out some different sort of contrast into it. So now we have also these very beautiful white roses. Now we bought these probably so many years ago that now if you try to go look for them, it is probably impossible to find something exactly the same. So we only had 6 of these, so we're going to use 3 per vase. And we're also going to use these thistle, I think they're called, branches that we found at the dollar store once again. And they have like little specks of snow and ice on them, so we thought that this really went around the winter wonderland sort of theme. So we are going to use these for our vase. You can use anything else that you'd like to spruce up the vase. You can even just put in the ornaments alone, but we thought it looked even better with the flowers and the branches on the top. And of course, last but not least, you also need a vase, and we filled our vase with snow. Like I said, you can use anything that you'd like to fill it. You can also just put in extra ornaments in there just to fill it up with ornaments if you'd like to. But we thought the snow was a welcome different or change to it. So we're going to start putting in the balls, and depending on the shape of what you have, you can just start placing them in there. And there's no really wrong or right way to do this. You're just placing them in there and moving them around as you'd like, just to get the shape that you're looking for. It's really also great to have different shapes in there, not only just the round ornament balls. As you can see, the magenta ones are a different sort of spiral shape, and that really does help contrast with all of the same shape in there. Okay, so once you have your ornaments where you'd like them, we're gonna start putting in the branches. Now, you can't really put in the branches before you put in the ornaments, since they're all like spherical, or well, it really depends on what shapes you have, but we couldn't put them in first. So then we're also placing in the roses, and we're just kind of sticking them in there, trying to get a feel of how things are going to look, or how we want them to look. And then we're gonna push them down further once we have an idea where we want everything to be. And to hide some of those stems, we also had one of these ornaments that you kind of stick into the tree, and we're just adding that in there. And that is the pair of vases completed. Really simple, quick, and easy, especially if you're looking to do something last minute to decorate a space that you have kind of that's not in that Christmas spirit yet. So you can see it does look pretty much the same, each one of them, and it's okay if they look a little different. They are a pair, but they don't have to be completely the same. As you have different ornaments or the way things are put into the vase, it is gonna look a little different each time. So that is our first one completed. Now we're gonna move on to the wreath, which is gonna take a little bit more time to do. So let's get on into that. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to the wreath. Now these are the supplies that we used. So first off, we're not using a glue gun or tape or anything like that. We're actually just using these ornament holders, the little wires that you can get at the dollar store. We also had this hanging deer from like a couple Christmases ago, and we decided that we wanted to make use of it. We also have these bells, again also reused from what we've had in the past, and we're just taking things that we haven't used for a little while and added them on there. We also got these really cute blue, like blueberries or Christmas berries, I guess they are, and they're really glittery and they look really nice. We also got this streamer with the snowflakes on it, and the snowflakes are reflective, so it's really cool. We also have this wreath holder so that we can place them on our front door. Now we are making a pair of these, but we're going to be showing you one for the purposes of the video. We also have this old wreath. Now again, this is a dollar store wreath. We've had it for a very long time, and it was with our old theme with red. So we're going to remove the bows and use that. Now if you don't have a wreath at home, we would recommend getting something with some sort of sturdy wiring, just so that if you are not using glue or anything like that, it'll hold together. Okay, so we're gonna start by taking off these ribbons from the dollar store wreath that we have, and we aren't throwing these away. We're gonna keep them set aside so that we can use them on another DIY, probably later on, maybe next year. So we're gonna take the streamer and we're going to kind of weave it in and out of the wreath. Now what this is going to do is it's going to add some volume to the wreath, as well as kind of reinforce it a bit and make it look a little bit thicker. As we said, we've had this wreath for a little while and it does shed, so you want to make sure that there's not any holes or gaps when you're putting things on there. Alright, so now that we've weaved that into the wreath, we're going to move on to the center of it. So you can leave this center empty if you'd like to, but we always like to add something in there. So we're taking this reindeer and adding it there. Now you can see we have a string on the reindeer already, which is going to help a lot with reinforcing it. So we're going to tie that in and out of the other side of the wreath. And then we're going to take those little metal hangers and stretch them out, and then use them and wind them tightly at the back of the wreath to reinforce it and keep it sturdy. Now the reason we are doing this is that you can see that it's very sturdy and it's not going to move. In case we want to change up the wreath in future, we at least can remove any of the items and then change it up how we'd like. With a glue gun you can't do that, of course, because it's permanently stuck on there. So as you can see here, we're now adding in the blueberries or Christmas berries, and we're doing the same method, and because these already have stems, we're just winding them in and tightening them as we need to. Okay, so we're going to start placing the bells now. So with the bells, we're going to see here and see exactly where we want to place it. Now we want to place it right directly underneath the reindeer so that it looks just like one of those old-fashioned wreaths. So from here, we're just going to, as you can see, we need to add something to keep it in place. Now we're going to take the metal pieces that we were using earlier on the reindeer, and we're going to do the same thing where we're going to tighten it onto the bell, and then we're going to place it onto the wreath. And you got to play around with this, especially depending on the size of your bells or the size of your wreath in general, and where you can place it so that it's secure. Alright, so that is what it looks like, and we're pretty much done here, and you can easily hang it up just as is with like a nail on the wall if you'd like to. But we do have a wreath holder which we're going to add in there. Again, we bought it from the dollar store and it was really inexpensive, and it works out better to put onto the door as it does keep it in place, especially with the door, like, you know, moving all the time or with wind and etc. So we're just placing that on there, and we're going to show you in a moment what it looks like on our door. So as you can see, that is our wreath completed. We were really happy with the way this came out, and it does look like something that we would have spent a lot of money on to buy pre-made, when in reality we just took things that we could buy from our local dollar store and things that we had lying around the house from previous themes and put it together to make something that we will probably be using every time we do this theme. It looks really beautiful, and you may notice that some of the berries are a little more than others. We didn't want it to look completely symmetrical because berries aren't always in bunches that are the same everywhere. And this is the other wreath as well, so we did make a pair for our door, and this is probably one of the easiest things to make, and it's also something that looks very much like you spent a lot of time doing it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to comment down below what you thought of this video and other videos on our channel, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos when we upload. So I know we haven't been uploading a lot lately, but because of the holiday season, you will be seeing a lot more videos from us. So with that said, I hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thanks for watching and happy holidays!